Hi, everyone. I'm Mindy Martell, president and founder of Clothier, Design Source, and the Apparel Mentor community. I just wanted to make a quick video for any new apparel entrepreneurs that are out there that are feeling intimidated by the process, which is probably at least 90% of apparel entrepreneurs that I've met. So just know you are not alone. If you're feeling intimidated, I think that's really normal because the industry's really elusive and mysterious. And if you've tried talking to any, factories or anything, they're probably not giving you a lot of information or help. So I've started a company called the Apparel Mentor quite a few years ago. I have owned a cut and sew facility since 2006, helping apparel entrepreneurs. And I have most recently written this book called Get It Made, Build Your Clothing Line from Idea to Reality. This book is for apparel entrepreneurs that are not from the industry and are feeling a little intimidated. Everything in here is written in layman terms. It is written from my experience of helping over 1,000 apparel entrepreneurs get their ideas from their head into manufacturing. So this book really focuses on what we call the development process before you get to manufacturing, which is the most crucial part that many entrepreneurs tend to either don't know it exists or to try and skip over it. So if you're having any problems with, what do I do first? I have this apparel idea and I just don't even know what I do first. Some people run out to a fabric store and buy fabric. Some people might start contacting clothing factories. And all of those things are sort of natural things to do first, but there's actually quite a bit of preparation that you need to do before you can start making those factory relationships and making those fabric vendor relationships. So again, I lay it all out in this book. It's in layman terms, like I said. I thought I might just peruse the table of contents and kind of explain to you a few things that are in here. So it's broken up into different topics. I think we have 20 topics overall. There are worksheets that go with every topic, and there's also my real world experiences there of actual brands that have walked through the process. So we give kind of examples of how this applies to other brands and real world experiences. So the first topic is defining your mission. We do cover a few basic fundamentals of business. So you just want to define your mission. The second topic is identify your target market. Third topic is where we start to get into your design and really just how many pieces do you want to design? Approximately what do you want them to look like? So even if you're not an artist, it's not a problem. You can even just write descriptions, that's fine. But it's about getting kind of a list of products written down. Because again, all this needs to be done before you start reaching out to vendors. The fourth topic is decide your approach. If you want to do more of a DIY approach or if you want to go with a full partner. Topic 5 is narrowing down your style offering, and then getting tech sketches made. So we talk about what are tech sketches, how do you get tech sketches made, and then we move on to section 2, which is the part where most people kind of, if you're going to get stuck in the industry, it's going to be at this part. So it's about finding your fabric. You can't just go to a retail store and, you can't go to Joann Fabrics and get your fabric. Joann Fabrics is for crafters. It doesn't have apparel fabrics or or design fabrics or anything. So some topics under finding your fabric. So understanding your fabric, establishing a non-retail mindset. Like I said, don't go to retail. We really break down the fabric world and what kind of vendors or suppliers are out there. There's kind of 3 different types of suppliers. And so you want to understand that before you start approaching them. And then we talk about how to identify your specs and your fabrics, or your specs for your fabrics and trims, because you want to at least have like a really rudimentary understanding of what you're looking for before you start reaching out to fabric vendors. And the number 1 mistake I see people make there is you might read the label inside your garment, which might say it's, 60% cotton and 40% polyester. And so many people think, well, if I just ask a vendor for that, that's enough. And that's a huge red flag because, there's so many fabrics. It's like only one part of the ingredient list, Think of it like there's an ingredient list for fabric and that's just one part. But you also need to know all these other things before you start reaching out. And again, we kind of walk you through that and help you figure out how to figure that out. Topic 8 is source your materials and estimate costs. So now we're getting into actually starting to reach out to vendors. Just to give you a clue, we've gone through 7 topics in the book before we recommend you even start reaching out to your first vendor. They're going to take you so much more seriously if you go through these topics first. That's our goal. Because if any of you have tried, you might be hitting dead ends, or you might not be getting good responses, and it's because you really need to do this prep work before you start reaching out. Then we go into section 3, which is developing your samples, which is where it starts to get exciting. Next topic is finding your pattern maker, selecting your prototype sewer, estimating your launch dates, and then evaluate your first prototype. And again, there's whole chapters about those. We've got worksheets. We also have a program you can join and get live mentoring once a week and be surrounded by community members that are in the same boat as you. The next section is about creating your tech packs. And then we go into detail. Topic 13 is making your labels. 14 is completing your prototype. 15 is determining your styles, sizes, and colors. 16 is grading your pattern, which is making the different sizes. And 17 is creating that tech pack, which is like a blueprint for the manufacturer. Again, a lot of these terms might be a little over your head, but this book, I write this book for you, the people not from the industry, and walk you through the process to get it into manufacturing. So don't be intimidated if some of these terms are a little over your head. The book explains it. Then we go into selecting your factory. So now we're at topic 18 in the book, and this is where we recommend actually starting to reach out to clothing factories. So as you can see, there are 17 topics before we want you to reach out to factories. So you are really prepared, and I can pretty much guarantee if you did all the work and all the worksheets from lesson 1 to 17 and you started to reach out to clothing factories, you would get a much better reception and response from those factories, because they would understand you have done your pre-work, you understand what you want, you understand what direction you're going, and you're ready for manufacturing. And then lesson 19 is preparing for manufacturing. And then lesson 20, which is the last lesson or topic, is we talk about shifting your role into more of a sales and marketing role. So yeah, that's everything in the book. I've been helping apparel entrepreneurs since 2003. That's all I've been doing since then. I've built a factory. We've made somewhere close probably to about 1 million units over the, since then. So, all of this is based on my experience of helping people like you. Again, this book is made for people that really have a passion or an idea to get some kind of product out there, but just really need that guidance on how to get the idea out of their head into, into reality, into that prototyping development process, and then into manufacturing. So I hope you check it out. You can get this at any of your favorite book retailers. Yeah, and feel free to check us out at theapparelmentor.com.